So, Khloe Bibby has been playing for the Sky. We'll have a blue background here now. But Khloe Bibby has been, in fact, playing for the Chicago Sky this season. And I think she's been playing well. She was good yesterday. I thought she's shown that she is a WNBA player. I don't think it's anything more than that. I don't think she's a starter. I think she's a WNBA level player and has one attribute that she does extremely well, which is shoot the ball. Like Khloe Bibby, for her career, is a 40% three-point shooter. She's only played 18 games in her career, but again, she had 8 points yesterday. She had 14 in a win against Seattle. She's someone that can come on and hit shots. She's someone that's done really, really well in Spain the last couple of years. And now, if we're looking at it, she is a player that's probably going to win a fucking title this year because Minnesota Lynx are evil geniuses. They're evil genius level. So, if you guys don't know with the Minnesota Lynx, they have basically a player by the name of, is it Elena Hamzova? But they have a player, Hamzova. And basically, Hamzova she's been a dev player, but she started off the year on normal contract, and then she became a dev player. And then now she's currently going through a bunch of 7-day contracts. So basically, what does that mean? It means that they have flexibility as a roster to sign whoever they want because you have to have 12 players. And the Minnesota Lynx have gone and stolen Khloe Bibby. They have offered Chicago Sky dev player Khloe Bibby a standard contract. The Sky have right of first refusal. And I got to be clear here. I got to be very clear here. The Sky, as currently constructed, cannot match this. Why? The Sky have $0 cap room, or an equivalent of $0. It's like if somebody comes in for Bree Hall from the Indiana Fever. The Fever can't keep her. It's not an if, they just can't. If Justine Bissott was currently with the team, and the Aces asked today to get Justine Bissott, no. It was physically impossible. But because the Minnesota Lynx have been doing what they've been doing with Hamzova, they have a minimum contract salary remaining. And that is what Khloe Bibby is on, if she gets signed off a dev deal. So they have the salary cap room to take her. The reason why Portland were able to bring in Anissa Morrow and not give up a player is because they had enough cap room and they could pay out a player. If you have more than 270,000, I don't know what the pro-rate salary, but let's say if you have more than on a yearly salary, 270,000 left in the books, you can pay off the remainder of a player's guaranteed salary because everyone has guaranteed salary, and he will sign another player. Teams that have that cap room: Seattle, Phoenix, Toronto, not anymore. Toronto did. Seattle, Phoenix, Washington, Portland. They all have the salary to, if they want to steal a player, they can cut somebody and steal a player. But that's it. Like, Dallas don't, Indiana don't, Chicago don't. So now, if the Chicago Sky have to keep Khloe Bibby, they have 1 day to trade away salary. Some people are like, any team would waive Rachel Banner for Bibby. It's not that simple. It is not that simple. All you have to do, I said here, the Sky can't match unless they trade away salary. So said Chicago gotta refuse. They can't. Someone said if you can't cut anybody. Everyone has a guaranteed deal. You don't have the salary to cut anybody. You have to have 12 players. You physically cannot cut anybody. Like, I don't think people understand this right now. Is that they cannot match. It is over. Unless somehow they trade, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have to gain 200 and something thousand. They have to be able to just trade a Rachel Banham away, which means you're giving away an asset. Maybe like, or you're giving up by JC Sheldon, who's not as good, who's better than Khloe Bibby. There is no way. There is no way they keep Khloe Bibby. And Khloe Bibby is going to the Minnesota Lynx. And I'm like, look, I don't think Khloe Bibby is this unbelievable player or anything. Like, I think she does one thing and she does that one thing really well. I thought she was really good for Fever last year. Steph White lost trust in her after that Dallas game when she came on, and basically they were switching all screens and she switched on to Paige Bueckers 3 possessions in a row. First possession, she gets a stop. Second possession, Paige hits a tough step back. Third possession, she gets another stop and the ref calls a phantom foul. So she stopped Paige 2 of 3, held Paige 33% shooting. And because they were targeting her, Steph White as a coach, by the way, if a player is getting targeted and it's not a superstar, when it's Steph White, she will not play them. It's the way she is as a coach. Like Bibby didn't, before she got injured, she didn't put a foot. Yeah, she didn't put a foot wrong for Indiana. In her first quarter as a member of the Indiana Fever, she scored more points than Bree Turner. She was in the end game rotation for a win against the Mercury last year. Like, she didn't put a foot wrong. And I feel like for the Lynx, when you have Olivia Miles, like, she's not much of a defender, but she'll figure it out. Like, she's done well overseas. She's a player, as far as I'm aware, from what I can see, can at least play into a system. And like, if you put her on the floor, and it's like her, Court Williams, like any sort of lineup, if even if she's replacing, what's her name, Coffee, and she's there at the 4. I know Coffee's been great on defense, but like, still, if you got Natasha Howard, Kayla McBride, and Courtney Williams, you're still going to be a good defensive team. And then Khloe Bibby is just going to be a wide open sniper, and that's the thing with Khloe Bibby. They can't do anything. Like, the Chicago Sky can't do anything. Khloe Bibby is almost certainly going to be a member of the Minnesota Lynx tomorrow. And yeah, look, she was out of the league for a while. I don't know why the Mercury cut her. That one made no sense. It made no sense whatsoever when the Phoenix Mercury cut Khloe Bibby. I was like, you traded an asset for her. Like, you gave up like legal tender for Khloe Bibby. Like, you gave up, I think was it 2 third-round picks or something for Khloe Bibby? And if you are the the Mercury, you use those picks on stashes. It's not like the Mercury are a team that don't use picks. They use picks. But yeah, overall, it's going to be a really interesting one to see when it comes to Khloe Bibby. I think the odds of her playing this year are, odds of her being a key contributor for Minnesota are, I mean this when I say this, a lot higher than you think. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, it is higher than you think that she is a key contributor for the Minnesota Lynx. I just have this feeling that she's going to just be she does one thing really, really well. And the Lynx are the type of team that if you do one thing really, really well, you're going to look good because you do that one thing. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, you shoot really well, or you cut really well, or you pass really well, or you're a good finisher. The Lynx as a team have everybody playing to their strengths and using everyone's strengths to help the team. They're not going to be like the Fever where they're going to want Khloe Bibby to be a switch defender in the pick and roll. It's unfortunately just how it is. Like, the Lynx, because you have one of the best execs in the league and one of the best coaches in the league, and they're both the same person. They don't sign any players without having a 100% confidence in how the coach is going to use them, because the person signing the players is the coach. Like being the exec, or like the GM and coach, like that is not an easy thing. Like Coach Greg Popovich could do it, Cheryl Reeve could do it, but like they're the goats. Like that's the greatest NBA coach. That's the greatest basketball coach of all time, period, in pop. And the greatest WNBA coach of all time, Cheryl Reeve. Like it is to do that, you have to be the GOAT. But if it works, you suddenly can form dynasties. You can form the best teams. And like it's scary to think that the Lynx somehow could be better, could still be the number one team in the league next year, even when they lose Fee, because I think Fee wants to get out of there. And it's now at the stage where the Lynx are so good without her, and they're doing so many other things. And the fact that Fee, when she plays with Aja and Stewie on Team USA, is seen as, the third player. Like they are seen as the better players. At this stage, it's like, what is Fee's reputation if this team goes and wins a title and she's not the 1A? That being said, again, that is just talk. Khloe Bibby being stolen here is evil genius level of GMing by Cheryl Reeve, who was on top of everything, making sure to keep Hamzova on those 7-day contracts, so that if an opportunity came up to get a key contributor, or say not key contributor, a contributor on the roster. And also, let's not forget, like when Emma Chakova's injury, they can bring in somebody else when her injury, season-ending injury is confirmed. Sure, ACL, she's done. But anyway, see you guys.